After the grueling years of the Vietnam War, the United States was left bruised, cautious, and questioning its place in a rapidly changing world. But in 1983, far from the jungles of Southeast Asia, a tiny island in the Caribbean would become the stage for America's first major post-Vietnam military operation. Grenada, a nation barely larger than a city, suddenly drew the attention of the world's most powerful military. What happened next would shock many, change military strategy, and send a clear message during the Cold War. In this video, we will uncover the full story of Operation Urgent Fury, the reason behind the invasion, the daring missions, the chaos, and the lasting impact it had on the U.S. military and international politics. Stay with me, because what you're about to learn might surprise you. Grenada, a small island nation in the Caribbean, had always lived in the shadow of larger powers. In the late 1970s and early 1980s, political tension escalated dramatically. A Marxist-Leninist government had taken control, aligning itself ideologically with Cuba and the Soviet Union. For the United States, still smarting from the defeat in Vietnam, this was unacceptable. The U.S. government feared that Grenada could become a base for communist expansion in the Caribbean, threatening regional stability and American interests. Complicating the situation further, hundreds of American medical students were studying on the island, suddenly caught in political unrest. By 1983, the situation had reached a boiling point. The Prime Minister Maurice Bishop had been overthrown and executed in a coup led by hardline communists. The U.S. administration, led by President Ronald Reagan, decided that immediate action was necessary to protect American citizens and reassert influence in the region. The stage was set for a military operation that would test America's post-Vietnam military reforms. Operation Urgent Fury was planned with meticulous detail. The United States mobilized over 7,000 troops from the Army, Marines, and Special Forces, supported by air and naval units. The objective was clear: remove the Marxist regime, rescue American students, and stabilize the island. Yet, the mission was far from simple. Grenada's terrain, dense jungles, steep hills, and urban areas, posed logistical nightmares. Intelligence reports were limited, and coordination between different branches of the U.S. military had to be flawless. The lessons of Vietnam were still fresh, and no one wanted a repeat of that chaos. President Reagan emphasized speed and precision. The plan involved simultaneous air, sea, and land operations. Helicopters would insert troops directly into key locations, while Navy vessels provided offshore support. It was a daring strategy, one that carried enormous risks, but also promised a decisive victory if executed properly. On October 25, 1983, Operation Urgent Fury commenced. The first waves of troops landed under the cover of darkness. Helicopters descended into the island's forests, dropping soldiers into strategic positions near the capital, St. George's. Navy ships fired precision strikes to suppress enemy positions along the coast. American forces faced unexpected resistance. While Grenada's military was small, they had received training from Cuban advisors. Fierce firefights erupted in urban areas, and several helicopter insertions came under heavy fire. Soldiers had to navigate unknown terrain, often with minimal support. Despite these challenges, U.S. troops gradually gained control. Within hours, key government buildings and military installations were captured. Special Forces units conducted daring raids to rescue American students trapped in hostile areas. By October 28th, the operation was largely complete, though pockets of resistance lingered for a few days. The invasion, though successful, was not without cost. 18 American soldiers lost their lives, and dozens were wounded. Grenadian and Cuban forces suffered higher casualties, and the island itself experienced significant damage. The operation revealed both strengths and weaknesses of the U.S. military. Coordination between Army, Navy, and Air Force had gaps. Communication issues, friendly fire incidents, and logistical challenges highlighted the lessons still being learned from Vietnam. Yet, the speed and decisiveness of the mission demonstrated America's renewed military capability in the post-Vietnam era. Operation Urgent Fury achieved its primary objectives. The Marxist regime was overthrown, American citizens were rescued, and a pro-Western government was installed. The mission sent a powerful signal to the world. Despite Vietnam, the United States remained capable of rapid and effective military action. Politically, the invasion sparked controversy internationally. Critics argued that it violated international law and sovereignty. Supporters countered that it was necessary to protect lives and prevent communist expansion. Domestically, it boosted President Reagan's approval ratings and reshaped the American public's perception of military strength after Vietnam. Grenada became a case study in modern military operations. It emphasized joint operations, rapid deployment, and special forces effectiveness. Lessons learned here influenced future interventions, from Panama to the Gulf War. The invasion also changed how the U.S. approached small-scale conflicts. It demonstrated that even a small island could become a critical stage for geopolitical influence. For historians, Grenada marks the moment when the U.S., still recovering from Vietnam, regained confidence in its global military role. The tiny island of Grenada may seem insignificant on a map, but in 1983, it became the proving ground for a nation still haunted by the lessons of Vietnam. Operation Urgent Fury showed the world that America could strike decisively, protect its citizens, and shape global politics, all in under a week. If you enjoyed this deep dive into U.S. military history, make sure to like, comment your thoughts, and subscribe for more videos exploring America's wars and their impact on the world.